Roofman committed a major sin when it comes to biopics. I'm breaking down that sin, what makes the movie good, and what the R rating actually means before you pass that popcorn. What's up, movie nerds? I'm Yvonne with Pass the Popcorn, and let's get candid about Roofman. This was a good movie conventionally, but the story will leave you feeling bleh. Most biopics celebrate feel-good people who deserve the spotlight. Despite being portrayed as a nice guy, he's still a liar and an armed robber who tore apart a lot of lives.
You ruined my life.
In my opinion, this is not someone who deserves a biopic, especially one that paints him as the hero. It almost feels like a pass for his actions, and that's way worse considering he's still alive. It's a good movie, but not a good story if you catch my drift. But that's just the beginning. Now we're getting into the acting, story, details, and reasons for the rating. Spoiler alert once we hit the rating.
You have been warned.
And let's get this party started.
I mean, really, let's do this, mother!
First up is acting, which I give a 10 out of 10. This was easily the best part of the film. Every actor delivered in this movie, even the kids. Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst were magnetic. They sold the emotion and kept you hooked, despite how morally awful the real story is. It's wild how a different perspective can make you almost root for the guy, until his choices, pile up and you just feel bad for everyone involved. In the end, you liked Tatum's performance, not the actual guy.
Wow, that's impressive.
Now for the story and script, which I give a 7 out of 10. Since this is a true story, I can't be too harsh on the content, because it's real. So this rating comes in the form of the presentation and how it was written. And with that, the movie was solid, mostly well-paced, easy to follow, and it wrapped up cleanly.
Yes, I'm with you so far.
My main concern, and what made this a 7, is that this guy got a movie made about him in the first place, and it's framed to make him look like the good guy. Like we're supposed to feel bad for him. He doesn't deserve it. He lied, stole, and deeply traumatized so many people.
Why are you so evil?
He doesn't deserve sympathy or this type of monument for his actions. Stories like this leave you feeling empty, knowing that the destruction he caused could have been avoided, and that he ultimately learned nothing in the end. It was just sad and pathetic all the way around. And let's be clear, he's not a nice guy.
I think Coolsville sucks.
Now for the details, which I also give a 10 out of 10. This movie was a total blast from the past, man. It made you feel like it was 20 years ago again. You got to see old school McDonald's, Toys R Us, Blockbusters, even Tickle Me Elmo. I wonder where they found that.
Wasn't that just magnificent?
Plus, the news archival footage just added to the authenticity of it all. The locations, costumes, and props were all spot on. And the main character looked like he was on the run and living off a peanut M&M, so that's good. Everything was stellar, and I applaud the effort. Now, if only they'd thrown in a Circus City, I would have given it an 11.
No, I'm just kidding, bro.
Here's your spoiler warning, guys, because now we're getting into the reasons for the rating. This movie is billed as an R-rated crime drama, and that about sums it up. So let's talk about that.
Sex, baby.
Dunst and Tatum share a brief sex scene, but it's under the sheets and only Tatum's back is shown. Tatum also does a suggestive action with an inflatable dinosaur inside of a Toys R Us, and one scene shows him being caught showering there, forcing him to flee naked. So yeah, we saw Tatum's entire backside. No frontal nudity though, thankfully.
Drugs and alcohol.
Characters smoked cigarettes in this movie, but I don't recall seeing any alcohol.
The gross stuff.
A truck driver urinates briefly on screen. Thankfully, you don't hear it, but you do have to see the urine. Also, the naked Channing Tatum having to flee and then climb back into his hidey hole like up a wall was just gross and embarrassing for everybody involved. It was just awkward.
Language.
While this movie has a relatively low swear count, it's kind of shocking that most of it comes from the black man Steve. Anyway, there were 16 F words, 19 S words, 6 uses of blasphemy, 2 A words, 2 others, and 2 racial slurs.
Time for violence.
There wasn't a lot of violence in this movie, and when the violence did come, it wasn't very graphic. But considering this is based on a true story and the events did happen, you should keep that in mind. Anyway, the main character robs a McDonald's at gunpoint.
Yikes.
And he also robs a Toys R Us at gunpoint, which then resulted in a man getting knocked unconscious, having blood pouring from his face, and an employee getting ink blasted in his face by the dye pack that's found within money. Also, he commits arson at a dental office.
You disappoint me.
Overall, I give this movie a 9 out of 10 for the movie itself, but a 5 out of 10 for the feeling, and the fact that a biopic of this guy shouldn't have been made. This movie is technically great, with amazing acting and rich details, but the story, it was messy.
It's kind of starting to bum me out.
It'll leave you feeling bad for everyone involved with this man, and upset that he got a movie made about himself when he was so awful. I mean, he doesn't deserve a little prize like this when he gets out in 2036. So yeah, I can't say it's a bad movie, but it's certainly a bad life story that just shouldn't be celebrated.
Wrap that up and give it to a child on Christmas, because we're done.
Hey, don't go yet, there's still more to see. Click right here to check out my new little segment called Pop Talk. It's about the movies Him and Good Boy. Can you believe that Marlon Wayans dissed Demon Slayer? And that Good Boy wants the Academy Awards to give Oscars to pet actors? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And just remember, once you pass the popcorn to me, it's okay to talk, it's okay to text, and I'll see you later. Bye!